So what time is it? Brotherhood time. Al and I are tight. He's on my bookshelf. So this is Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, and if you don't know what that is, it's more true to the manga, so if you've seen Alchemist, you may have noticed some differences. So since Brotherhood is more true to the manga, you get a little more fan service, there's a little bit more with Winry in compromising positions. That's how they roll in Japan. And Brotherhood definitely has way more of the traditional Japanese manga humor in it. Because in the world of Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, there is no Japan, but they have Japanese folding fans. What's that shit? Eh? I'm not talking about Shing, that's totally made up China. That's totally different, that's fine. If you don't want to read the manga, but are a fan of manga, watch Brotherhood. So your main core is going to be the Elric brothers. Edward Elric and his younger brother, Alphonse Elric, as represented by R2-D2. So the Elric brothers are alchemists. An alchemist is someone who can transmute matter into other forms of matter. You have to obey certain rules. It has to be equal mass, it has to be made of the same components. You may rearrange them as you will, but it will be made of the same stuff. This is alchemy. This is how you turn lead into gold, which you're not allowed to do, even though you can, which is stupid. So you meet the Elric brothers, and they're two little happy children who have aspirations of being great alchemists, kind of like their dad. They're kind of pissed at their dad because their dad went out for cigarettes like 10 years ago and hasn't come back. Poor guys. But they're still relatively happy, and if you know anything about anime, happiness is foreboding terror. Oh yeah, that was terrible. So basically what goes down, their mother dies, they are overcome with grief, so they decide to break the biggest taboo in alchemy, human transmutation. Not supposed to be doing it because of, well, basically because of that shit. Mostly because it's impossible. Also because, you know, whatever's on the other side, that weird smiley thing, will devour you. Arr. Attack on Titan style. Arr. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Arr. Ed gave up his arm and leg to get his mother and his brother's soul back. He didn't get his mom, but he got his brother's soul. He gave up his arm to do it. Now he's got automail. What's up with Ed just showing off Al's weak spot? Oh, you see that right there? That's the only thing that can kill him. Let me just show it to you. See that? I did that with blood. My blood. He's all fucking happy. Like it's a goddamn drawing on a refrigerator. Come on, man. It's supposed to be a secret. There are a couple episodes that don't have Ed or Al in them, and they're the main characters. It's kind of something I wish they had fixed, because, you know, if you're trying to tell the core story about these two, then have them in it all the time. Come on, guys. Please. There's Colonel Roy Mustang, your flame alchemist, and he's pretty cool. He's kind of a dick. You're kind of pissed off at Mustang a lot because he's kind of being a dick to the kids. He flat out lies to them about Maze, and that's bullshit. Mustang. You get Hawkeye, Mustang's right-hand man. She is pretty badass. She is very deserving of the name Hawkeye, even though that's not a code name. That's just her last name, which is a cool last name. Her and her tattooed ass. You don't trust King Bradley from the second you meet him, which is in episode 1. You meet him in episode 1, you already don't trust him. You already know something's up with him. You get Alex Louise Armstrong, and Alex Louise Armstrong is pretty cool. He's kind of a wimp. He's a big softy. And then there's his sister, his older sister, who is a total bitch. You don't like her until pretty much the end, and then you finally start to like her. But they gave her these ridiculously big lips. I don't know why. Nobody else in the Armstrong family has these lips. She's a super hard ass, so what's up with these DSLs? What? You're a hard ass with those lips? I didn't buy it when Angelina Jolie did it. I'm not buying it for you, bitch. And there's all these characters from this neighboring country of Shing, like Ling and his Chinese ninjas that are following him, because he's some sort of prince, because there's like 24 kids and they're all vying for power with their own clan. And you get Mei Ling, or Mei, or whatever her fucking name is. I found her extremely annoying. I did not like her, but at least Al got a piece of that at the end, which was cool. So let's talk about Hohenheim real quick, because when Hohenheim shows up, you don't really like him. because he's kind of a dick to Ed. Later on, as you meet him again, then you kind of start to like him. Considering he's such a big part of the end part of the story, you'd think you'd like him more at this point. You still really don't. He's kind of an ass. He's 400 years old, the last survivor of the city of Xerxes, and their weird golden-haired, golden-eyed people, which disappeared one night 400 years ago. Guess what happened? Philosopher's Stone, made out of people. Oh my god, it's made of people! They're souls, not really people, they're souls. Right, he just walks outside and the whole city's just laying in the street. It's fucking fucked up. And then there's evil leather bag Hohenheim, because they make direct reference to it. It's like a leather bag, the dwarf in the flask, the original homunculus, because he's just been chilling under Central for 400 years. Just chilling in a chair. Being a homunculus, playing with his dolls. This may as well have been a scene from Spaceballs. Did you see me playing with my dolls again? No, sir, I didn't see you playing with your dolls again. And he's the reason the country's always at war. Evil Hohenheim, let's just call him Evil Hohenheim, is extracting all of the 7 deadly sins from himself to make himself a perfect being. So he's extracting lust, envy, greed, pride, and the essence of these negative emotions is personified in your homunculi, which is why lust is a chick, which is why gluttony's a fat guy, which is why greed is such a good fit for Ling, you know, the Xingyi's prince. Of course, that was, I'm gonna be a prince. Hell yeah, I want to be in you. I didn't like sloth. I don't like the ironic homunculi. I'm Sloth, the fastest of the homunculi. No, then your name's not Sloth. Your name's like Speedy or something. And I don't like how everything was a pain for him. I got really annoyed with, it's such a pain. Lust was badass. Lust was badass and hardcore. Gluttony was an idiot. And for some reason, they try and like force this likable relationship with Envy on you, which you don't like because Envy's supposed to be an evil psycho. And then Envy turns out to be a little bitch at the end? Seriously, a little bitch at the end. Oh, whiny. What the fuck was that? And then there's Pride, who also was kind of a bitch at the end, even though he was way more hardcore than Envy. And you like Pride. It kind of doesn't make sense, his powers, but, I mean, they're fucking weird and creepy and shit. They're fucking smiling-ass shadows. Yeah, I'd shit my pants. I would shit my pants. But it doesn't really make sense, because they're all, oh, they come from their body. It's a part of his body. Shadows are a part of his body? But darkness is his weakness? This shit doesn't make sense. He lives in the darkness. You shouldn't be able to get away from him. Nope, no shadows. We're safe. What? What? Don't let the differences stop you from enjoying both of them. You shouldn't. If you're a fan of one, you can still watch the other and enjoy it. I did. You will too. Trust me, it's fine. If you have a preference, that's fine. But just give them a chance. It's still very engaging, very intriguing, very well animated, and overall a lengthy enjoyment. It was like a smorgasbord of goodness. This is for a dedicated anime fan because there's 64 episodes. You gotta want it. Overall, I thought it was very enjoyable. The voice acting was great. The animation was fantastic, especially considering how long it was, which means it was probably pretty expensive. So, good job. They do this weird thing with the backgrounds. They're like half finished in portions. So, I don't know. I started noticing it and it kind of bothered me, but then action started happening and then I forgot about it and was into the story. So, my official rating and my unofficial rating system? Own-worthy. Absolutely. If you got the cash, pick it up. Because it's a whopper. 64 episodes is a big series. Get it. You will enjoy it. Trust me. This is Aniview by Dave. I, of course, am Dave. If you have any questions, comments, confusions, suggestions, put them below and I will get back to you. See you next time.
やっと見つけた新しい朝は月日が邪魔をする向かう先は次じゃなくて次ばかり追いかけた
Oh, nice happy ending in Brotherhood. A lot of people are happy at the end of Brotherhood. Not everybody. A couple of motherfuckers die. Still die. Or have fucked up faces, Marco. Scar just like fucked him up. He's just like, BOW! Clayface. But overall, it has a happy ending. Azumi lives. You like Azumi. Azumi's just raiding the northern town of Briggs. She's just like raiding them, and they have stories of this crazy wild woman who terrorized them for like 3 months or whatever. Azumi was that chick, which is hilarious. Azumi's like the only person who made the Briggs soldiers look bad, which is saying something, because the Briggs soldiers are motherfucking hardcore. You like Briggs. Briggs, you're like, shit. What's up with the people with the walls in the north? Do we need to employ some Night's Watch up in Canada? Or some Briggs soldiers? Ooh, Night Briggs. That's badass. I get it, they were separated. Oh yeah, Brotherhood? Let's just separate them. It's called Brotherhood, what the fuck? Keep them together. They would want to be together. Oh, I'm cool, why don't you just go off for a year or something? I'm cool. Never mind that I've been having, like, blackout spells and seeing my anorexic ass. That was weird. That was some Dragon Ball shit. You see that guy? You see that guy? See what I'm talking about? Come on, man. It was still very enjoyable. I was like, what the fuck is going on? Oh my god, Brotherhood! Because it was awesome. It was. Yes, it was. There are things that are different. Get over it. There's a lot of characters, and they kind of rush some of your interactions with them. They want you to really care about these people, but you don't get enough time with the side characters, because there's a clear main character group, and there's a very clear side character group. And your side characters, you don't get enough soak time with, so you're not as affected. When bad stuff happens to them, you're like, oh, that kind of sucks. Yeah, it was kind of sad, but I just didn't get enough with him. Like, let's say it, Maze Hughes. Yeah, he died and that was sad, and that sucked, but it's not like there's 50 more episodes to watch at that point, because there is. And why is Al freaking out about his memories for no reason? He has no reason to trust Barry the Chopper, who he just met for the first time ever and was a psycho. Why would you be listening to him? What are you doing? He's just all pissed off. No, that weird guy told me that you were bullshit. Why? Why are you listening to him? What the fuck? He's not that big of a child. He's 1 year younger than Ed. Ed's 15, he's 14. I would have thought a 14-year-old wouldn't listen to a psychopath.